Alright, so I'm starting it now. Hi, everybody. It's Francisco and Andrew here for the Sports Goofs podcast.
Greetings.
We decided we're gonna play some hockey and stuff. I mean, you can leave your computer normal as it is. I'll just follow something else on my phone. An impromptu podcast once more.
Honestly, it makes no sense to call it impromptu at this point because they're all impromptu.
That's but we'll just keep it like that for now. It's not an actual, straight up podcast, but we're just gonna talk about some sports stuff that we're watching right now. Actually, this is actually, Andrew, what you call the Christmas of the sports season.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. You've got NHL games, you've got MLB playoffs, college football, NFL, MLS, if that's your thing.
Which is not for me, but yep.
I have a lot of friends who are Orlando City fans.
Yeah, and actually, does college basketball start in October? I have no idea whenever college
starts in
starts.
Late November to early December.
I never know when college basketball starts. I feel like it kind of just happens, and then March happens. It's like, oh, well, college basketball is a thing for a month, and we'll follow that. But I never actually know when it starts because there's no real opening day for college basketball in a sense. And they usually have one of those they have the teams traveling to a tournament or something, where some city is hosting all these teams, or that there was an opener on an aircraft carrier at one point.
Mm-hmm. That was a few years ago.
Yeah, so but I'm not a college basketball fan, to say the least. I mean, when Florida State's doing well, I'll watch them, obviously.
Right.
I think that's for a lot of people. Hey, if you went to a certain school, yeah, sure. I mean, I watched a FSU women's soccer game, and I hate soccer, but it was FSU, so I'm like, go Noles.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is the most wonderful time. Complete opposite of the that time in July after the MLB All-Star Game, where there's just nothing. There's no football.
Where there is literally nothing going on.
NHL and the NBA season have wrapped up, and baseball is in the middle of the season, and that's when they host the ESPYs.
Right.
And it's because it's the only day of the year that they can actually do it and have all those, at least most of those athletes, the baseball players don't go, attending. So yeah, we'll probably just go through some topics in sports lately. The NHL season starts, and that's why we're playing NHL 2K3 right now for the Nintendo GameCube. So I guess to start, Andrew, what's your expectation for this upcoming NHL season? What do you think? What's going to happen? Will Gary Bettman finally be cheered and honored and revered like I think he should be?
You actually think he should be cheered and revered?
I actually do like Gary Bettman, to be honest. I mean, he's one of the few reasons that the Southern market even exists in hockey.
I don't know, man. That's...
I get the lockouts. I get people still pissed off about that, but I wasn't a hockey fan when the lockout, the one that canceled the season happened. But yeah, no. I think he... And I like how he owns it. He owns, he knows that the fans are going to boo him no matter where he's at.
It's it's almost like he's a wrestler in the WWE. He knows that he's the heel wrestler, and that's his role. And
I
he
didn't
knows
know we had international teams on this. Cool.
Pretty much every NHL game has international teams.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Gary Benton is definitely the heel when it comes to this.
He knows it, and he embraces it.
Did you see? I saw some advertisements for that Triple H Undertaker rematch, whatever that's going to happen. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's for some reason I thought Undertaker retired, but I don't think those guys ever really retire. They kind of just pop out whenever they need to pay off some gambling debts.
Pretty much. I mean, we're not implying anything. We are neither confirming nor denying that any wrestlers have gambling debts. But wrestling is it's not. I don't consider it a sport, to be honest.
Well, pro wrestling. I mean, that pro wrestling,
right?
Is not
Pro
really,
wrestling,
not like Greco-Roman wrestling, but
and don't get me wrong. I have nothing against wrestling, pro wrestling. It's fun. I like to watch highlights every now and then, but my definition of a sport is something where it's not scripted. I mean that's the beauty of baseball, NHL,
sports in general. Really,
sports in general.
Really,
you don't really know. I mean, you can have expectations, but the saying that that's why you play the game is true.
The chair is incredibly squeaky, but yeah. I think the NBA is probably the most predictable out of all the sports.
Oh, absolutely.
But I still enjoy watching the NBA. I know a lot of people don't like basketball, but it's the fastest growing sport in the world right now. So I think people are just going to have to get used to it. All right, Andrew, I've got this set up already. I've already selected the Panthers, and I'm just waiting for you to... Oh, you are ready to go.
Yep.
Okay, I get it. All right.
And
cool.
as we're going through this game, we have a computer up right now with a few sports games going on around the country. We've got the Boston New York ALDS game where Boston is up 4-0 in the bottom of the third.
Wow.
Actually, I take that back. Oh nope, almost a home run, but that run advances the runners. We've got Georgia Tech over Louisville in college football, 31-17 at the half.
Whoa. I can hear you.
34-10 Dartmouth over Yale in college football.
Yeah.
10-3 Marshall in college football. Mm-hmm. And 2-1 Carolina in NHL hockey. So, as of now, that's pretty much all the games.
I like how you have all this set up. That's pretty cool. I think... and we've got the Lightning here in their old white uniforms.
My favorite.
With the font
that's the old font. Yeah,
the old font.
They updated it a couple of seasons after this, which that's my favorite. Kind of a balance of classic and kind of the style,
90s-ish.
Right.
So
the day that they bring this back, or at least some kind of a variant of it, I will die happy.
Probably for the 30th anniversary. That was actually the NHL season's starting, and I'm most excited for it.
25th anniversary of the Cats.
25th anniversary of the Florida Panthers. This is the season where it should finally all come together.
Emphasis on should.
Yeah, no, big emphasis, big giant E for emphasis on should.
Emphasis with a capital E.
E and S and all these other letters. Either way, the Panthers have to make the playoffs this season and actually hopefully win a round. Like, it can't be, bright future. I've been hearing it for 8 seasons now. Bright future, bright future, bright future. And although there were 2 seasons, in between those 8 seasons were 2 division championships, but they were met with 6 and 7 game series loss.
Right.
So
we're about to get started here. The game is telling us to get going.
Yeah. Okay. So, alrighty. Okay. So I guess press A to pass, press B to shoot, and that's the way all hockey games should be.
Oh.
Pass. No, that sucks. Give me that. I took a shot. Guy took a block there. I got Victor Kozlov here. That's Valerie Bure, so it's not even the good one of the Bure brothers. And
I'm trying to.
I don't think there's whatever stick you're looking for. Remember, this is.
No, I know, but
this isn't an NHL.
I don't even know how to throw hits, let alone take a shot.
Press B, and I'm assuming B for everything else. Come on. So this was one of the darker periods of Panthers hockey history. I know that. All right, so NHL season started. The Capitals finally lifted their banner, which is pretty cool. Alex Ovechkin finally let go of the Stanley Cup.
I think they said it was 47 years
For the Capitals?
For the Capitals to win win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, because they were in 1974 was when they created the Capitals. And let's see, there's only one player left on the Panthers in this game, and it's Roberto Luongo. Oh.
Just goes to show you how old he is.
Yeah, no, he's finally. That's one of the main concerns for the Panthers this season is his longevity. We're all kind of like last season he was out for a significant amount of games that required James Reimer to make some starts, and then Hari Sateri had to make some starts when Reimer went down. But the team came together to kind of give it one last good playoff push.
Oh! Good save by Javi Bulin.
Yep. The Bulin wall. There we go, guys. Break that up. Break that up. And that's on. Yep, that's.
That was going in, except it was offside.
Exactly, completely offsides. Did you see the what the Ottawa Senators did with the beach balls?
No.
Okay, so as you know, the Ottawa Senators had probably one of the worst off seasons in NHL history.
That's an understatement.
When they traded away Mike Hoffman and of course Erik Karlsson.
Well, the Karlsson thing was to be expected. I mean, that was inevitable.
But I mean, this is just the culmination of just absolutely terrible ownership by the was it Eugene Melnyk of the Ottawa Senators. Nobody likes him. He made some horrible comments about relocation during their actual Heritage Classic game. And so yesterday was their season opener against the who are they facing? Oh, the Chicago Blackhawks. And I think they won the game. But before the game started, you know, they have the pregame opening ceremonies. Trying to one-time it, but the pregame opening ceremonies, and they decided to drop some beach balls onto the fans, you know, from the rafters. But
interesting.
Okay,
idea.
do you know those beach balls that you see like at Walgreens that are like made out of like some pretty like thick plastic?
Hey!
Oh, come on!
All right.
Who was that? Le Cavalier? Yeah, it was.
All right, with 12 minutes, 40 seconds into the game, finally...
Okay, so...
there is some scoring.
Those heavy beach balls, they're like tie-dye sometimes and things like that that you see like at Walgreens or at CVS. Well, they dropped those onto the fans and...
what happened? Hooking.
On me? I was on... Oh, okay, fine.
Interesting. Usually, I mean, at least how they do it now, they put the face-off in the offending team's zone. Right?
Yeah. But remember, this was before the lockout, so remember there were a lot of rule changes.
Another 5-on-3.
Okay. There were a lot of rule changes for the... come on, just get it out of the zone. Just go, come on. It's Ollie Jokinen. One of the better Panthers players during this dark period of their history where they had that giant playoff drought. Get it out of there. There we go. That should kill off the penalty. Oof.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Good stop.
Okay, I found the turbo button.
What is it?
It's the X button. Ugh. Get it out. So they dropped the beach ball on the fans, and they were really heavy, and especially from like all the way up in the rafters. That's offsides. All the way up in the rafters, that comes from all the way down there. That's gonna,
that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, it hurt some kids. And a bunch of people had their drinks spilled, and so someone put, "Wow, genius marketing by the Ottawa Senators," because it forced some people to buy a second beer already by the beginning of the game, or before the game even started. Oh, Jokinen.
Another penalty?
Don't tell me it's another hooking on us. Okay, tripping on. Finally, we get a power play. But, yeah, the Capitals, Ovechkin finally let go of the Stanley Cup after the biggest bender of all time. And the Boston Bruins got thoroughly embarrassed, which I think everybody had a wonderful time watching.
Right.
And
by the way, just a quick side note while we're in the intermission. Hi to all 4 of our viewers.
Yay. Hi, everybody on Twitch. And we're also streaming on YouTube and on Periscope. So
is Periscope still a thing?
Yeah, apparently it is. And I found a way to stream to it. But yeah, some people... Because, I think Twitter owns Periscope.
Nah, that's true.
So, God. Okay, go. Just get out of the zone. What was it? Yeah, Boston lost. The new look Maple Leafs had a really good game.
Tavares, though.
Yeah, Tavares and Austin Matthews is still awesome, apparently. So that's no fluke on the Luongo is. Oof! Wow, that was a big hit.
Have you figured out what the hit button is?
I think he just kind of run into something really hard. Out of play.
If anyone has any questions, let us know.
Roberto Luongo's already made 17 saves.
As much as we like gabbing at each other, we enjoy talking. Where was that face-off? Wait, hold on.
You're offsides already.
I know, but look at where the face-off was held.
From... Oh, wow. Not even in the circles.
I know.
It's kind of in the middle of the ice in the random spots. I mean, I didn't follow the NHL at this point, so I don't know what exactly... I mean, here it's actually at a face-off dot. That's fine.
Well, no matter what year it was, that was still...
strange. Still uncommon. All right, Lou.
Oh, and I want to get your opinion on something. You can't see it in this game, obviously, because they hadn't implemented the trapezoid until the 05-06 season.
Lockout, yeah.
But they have allowed teams to put advertisements.
Yeah, I saw that on the corner ends of each of the rinks.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, some of them I can't even really see that well because they're on the side, and I think if it's something that helps to not having ads on the jerseys, I'm okay with it.
I agree.
Like, I think we look kind of AHL or European-ish with ads like that.
Can nobody pick up the puck?
No. Oh, Bolin.
Anyway,
I think it's. I mean, it's not too intrusive. I mean, that like I said, if it doesn't lead to ads on the jerseys, I'm fine with it. But it kind of looks like we're in like AHL style.
I know.
Rinks.
I'm not thrilled with it. I mean, I suppose. But the thing is, and you would think a multi-billion-dollar league, you really think they need a few extra bucks?
Well, I mean...
And, okay, maybe the teams themselves are not multi-billions.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Even
like, I could see the Arizona Coyotes like, yeah, we'll sell that spot right away. Or even the Florida Panthers, but... you guys are just...
Oh!
My goodness gracious.
Alrighty. Oh.
It's already 2-0. So
I think,
yeah, let's see. What's going on? Somebody's injured, or...
We're watching the Bo Sox game
Is
right
that
now.
Giancarlo?
I don't know. I think that's the coach.
No, number 30, whatever. Okay. Yeah, that's not Giancarlo.
Looks like somebody's injured. The base runner on first. 5-0 Bo Sox. Oh, and in earlier in the day news.
Get that puck!
And earlier in the Sports Day news, Milwaukee took a 2-0 series lead over
Colorado.
The Rockies.
The Rockies. For October. Oh, the two-line pass
Oh,
is still in here, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Forgot about the two-line pass.
One of the bigger rule changes. And you know what? I'm glad. I'm glad they got rid of that because that's kind of annoying. I mean, people like stretch passes. People like that sort of stuff, but get over there.
Come on.
There we go, Lou. Nice. Okay. Another hooking? Wow.
And it looks like the base runner on first has been taken out of the game. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I haven't.
It's number 31. That is not John Giancarlo.
Yeah.
Bretton Gardner is in pinch running now.
Oh,
and
he's super fast. Man, I forgot how bad this Panthers team was. Because this is a pretty... This is a Lightning team before they... just as they were about to blossom into their Stanley Cup. In
hindsight, I wasn't a Lightning fan at the time when we won the Cup.
For that power play.
But in hindsight, that lockout sucked. Because... It's kind of like the equivalent of the Montreal Expos in '94 when
they had high hopes. Reputation.
That too. But at least for the Lightning, that was a stacked team that could have done a lot had they had the next season.
Yeah. What was it?
Still no one talking to us.
Yeah. Was it the...
We're very sad of this.
The NHL, was it... lost a lot of... The ESPN dropped them.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, this game had the ESPN...
Although, ESPN, I think they're starting to realize their mistake because...
I mean, they're starting to cover hockey a little more.
And their new, whatchamacallit, ESPN Plus thing, which is...
Yeah, the premium
their premium stuff.
Covers hockey.
Yeah, they're starting to show hockey games now.
Well, good. Good.
And I wasn't a fan of him at first. Maybe it was just because of the fact that I liked Gary Thorne so much in commentary, but I've grown on Doc Emmerich, but...
Really? You didn't like him before?
Yeah.
Kind of embellishes too much.
I don't know what it was. I mean, I think, if I'm being honest and neutral, I think the reason why was because it wasn't Gary Thorne.
I think Gary Thorne's in this game.
Probably.
So.
But, man, I miss ESPN coverage of the NHL.
Oh.
Kind of one of my... a big moment that I remember to this day was watching the 2001 Stanley Cup when the Avalanche won. Seeing Ray Bourque lift that was... I was not even 9 years old, or maybe I was 9 or 10, not even 10 years old at the time, but I still remember that to this day.
I mean, even not being a hockey fan back then, I do remember watching some Stanley Cup finals. I remember the 99 Stanley Cup finals. I remember that. I saw that Game 7 between the Stars and the Sabres and the whole controversy.
I know it's been almost 20 years, but...
His foot was in the crease.
He was foot in the crease. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, I think after that game, they changed the rules so the foot could be in the crease.
Yeah.
But at least under the rules then, that should not have been a goal. But...
Yeah, it's too late now.
Way too late.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for Buffalo fans. They have had to deal with so many bad sports moments and just really generally bad teams.
Yeah, penalty.
What was that called?
Hooking, finally.
It was like the
Which one?
Music City Miracle.
Oh yeah, that was before this Buffalo Bills team actually made the playoffs. That was the last time they actually had a playoff team for the Bills. The longest drought and playoff drought in sports.
Oh, wait, did we talk about the Browns last time?
How they got screwed?
No, they actually won a game for once.
Oh no, yeah, but then they got screwed the following week.
Oh really?
Yeah, controversy over that in the NFL.
I didn't hear about that.
Well, you don't really follow the NFL.
Not really.
That much, anyways.
Still 2-1 Carolina.
And we got 2 viewers on the YouTube.
Nice.
As well, so we got a nice
crop
of people here. So we're just 2 friends who just want to talk about sports, and we're just goofing off here.
This gives us an excuse to talk about sports
and play video games. I'll just put he's plugging in his computer before it dies on him. What was it? It's the UM versus FSU game is happening this week.
Right.
Tomorrow, actually. So.
It's down here, right?
Yep, it's down here. The Hurricanes haven't won in South Florida in forever. Another hooking. So we actually should score here. If not, then... he's gonna... Come on, get that puck.
Pavel Kubina. That's old school.
That's a name.
Oof, good hit.
Come on.
Give me the puck. There we go. Nope, another penalty.
Another hooking. How many guys can you put inside the box?
I don't know.
I think it just remains 5-on-3, but I think you lose.
I almost put the puck in my own net. Corey Saric.
Oh, come on. You missed the one-timer? And... Oh.
You had me.
Yeah, I did.
You had...
Thank you. Just kind of poked it in there, finally. Okay.
You know that was an own goal, right?
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Kristen Huselius.
Yeah, I know. That's. No, don't show the replay. Let's see. Oh, you kind of just misplayed the puck.
No, I think I.
What'd you do?
No, yep, you were right. You just poked it on me.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right, that's a goal.
That's a legit goal.
Yeah, it is. It should be. Victor Kozlov, get in there. Okay. Luongo. How do you, gosh, I was trying to freaking,
We have...
What?
I'm trying to see what our stats are right now on YouTube.
The tubes.
2 watching us.
Yeah.
And nope, we've lost. We've lost all but one of our viewers.
I mean, it updates. It goes in and out like that. So. Okay, come on.
Did you just change the aspect ratio?
Yes, I did, because I just realized it wasn't widescreen. It gives us way more ice viewing space, you know. Oof. Come on, guys. 2 minutes left.
If that went in.
Yeah, that would have been bad. Offsides. Okay.
Marshall's wearing military appreciation helmets. Yale is somewhat back in the game. They scored a touchdown and 2-pointer, I think. But they're likely not to come back in this thing.
What does UCF play tomorrow?
SMU, Southern Methodist.
Yay.
Military appreciation game.
Yeah, what are you guys going to do? Appreciate the military?
Yeah. Although, I'll be honest, I think there was a missed opportunity. And
get in there. Oh, it's offsides. Oh.
Well, it wasn't going in anyway. But we play Navy this year at home.
Pull the goalie? Oh, I have to win the face-off. Yes, I can.
Goalie.
Ready?
Yep.
Go.
I think you did a little bit too late.
Yeah. I mean, I had to win the face-off, but whatever. Okay. 2-1. That's not bad. Not the high-scoring affair the NHL wanted, but that's why wants. But that's why they changed the rules after
right.
all this.
So, what say you? Do you want to do another game in this one?
We'll do another game with different teams, so we can look at some old uniforms.
All right, I like it.
And then we'll move on to probably another game. We'll probably play some football.
Look how young
Roberto Luongo
looks.
He was like 23 or something like that back then, probably. That's when. Okay, so game modes. We'll do another exhibition.
You want to go international this time?
Yeah, why not? I'm back. Okay.
Oh wow, they had
What?
The North American and World All-Star game in this one. That's cool.
Yeah, that's before the I mean, that's like that weird time where the NHL was trying to do that instead of East versus West.
Do you want to do that instead? Or Eastern Western Conference. Well, we're both Eastern Conference fans, so that wouldn't be fair. Single for the Red
USA. Sox. You got the Atlanta Thrashers.
I might.
You got.
I might go with Phoenix just because I love those uniforms.
Is this their? Yeah, that's when they were wearing these. That's right. I'll just be.
You can be whoever.
I'll be. Gosh. Let's try to. This is the old Capitals. Lightning. Let's see. Some teams that don't exist now. Any here? No, there's no Hartford or anything like that here. Okay, well, I'll be Sweden actually.
All right.
I'll be Sweden. Let's see. We got their classic Three Crowns uniforms, and I guess I'll wear the yellow.
I think I read somewhere that's pronounced Trey Cornior or something, or Cornior.
Uh-huh.
I probably botched that miserably. So, sorry, Sweden.
So
31-17 Georgia Tech over Louisville. 34-18 Dartmouth over Yale. 10-10 Marshall and Middle Tennessee State.
Yay.
And we are in a commercial break over in
the Jackets and the Hurricanes.
Tony Amonte, Sean Burke, Newmanen.
Yeah. Was this the Gretzky coached Coyotes?
No, absolutely not. That wasn't till much later. Daniel Alfredson, Forsberg, Shane Doan, who just retired recently.
Yeah, finally. The last Winnipeg Jet.
Mm-hmm.
Original Winnipeg Jet.
Save. Danny Briere played for the Coyotes?
Yeah.
I guess so. A young Danny Briere. Well, everyone here.
This Swiss team is definitely more skilled than that Panthers team that I was playing as before. Or Swedish, sorry, damn.
Tommy Salo. Wow.
Swedish team, sorry, Sweden. We keep apologizing to Sweden. We'll go to IKEA. We'll make up for it.
Luckily, there's an IKEA right down the road from us.
Yeah. Have you been there?
Oh, are you kidding?
To get some meatballs, right?
Mm-hmm. Their whole food court is really good.
There's I don't know if you've seen this channel on YouTube. His name is Company Guy.
I have not.
Or Company Man or something like that. He kind of just kind of breaks down like the history of all these like companies that we know about, like IKEA. Like he broke down like why Toys R Us failed, things like that.
Oh, fun fact: the owners of Toys R Us, it looks like they're actually going back on the sale on the selling thing. They might actually
come on.
They might actually be trying to revive it.
I could see it working again. Like the old model, because I heard like they had like 700 stores, something like that. It was something ridiculous. Where I can't even name 700 places that would be able to support a Toys R Us nowadays, unless they're like major markets. They could probably cut that down by a few hundred and kind of make it like a nice little specialty store. Maybe not as big as they used to be.
That would probably be the way to go.
Probably improve their online infrastructure. Oh. And that was another thing about the Ottawa Senators. Like, now that I see Daniel Alfredson there, was the fact that they kind of Melnick didn't really appreciate his most loyal players. Like the fact that Daniel Alfredson actually went to Detroit. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Like that's like a travesty of that's basically on par with Dwayne Wade going to the Chicago Bulls and not being a Miami Heat player.
Well, it looks like he's going to end his career in Miami.
Oh, no, he's doing the farewell tour this year, but I'm just saying, like, Daniel Alfredson should never have been anything other than a Senators uniform.
Up frozen.
And that's just the way things ended up, though. It's just unfortunate that Melnick is such a terrible owner. And so, okay, let's say worst case scenario, the Ottawa Senators have lost all goodwill in Ottawa. Where do you move them?
Well, you've suggested in the past that either you've suggested that the Coyotes, how apropos that I'm playing as the Coyotes during this conversation, almost, that the Coyotes merge with the Panthers.
Yeah.
And then two-line pass. And then the Flames or whatever go to Houston or something.
Yeah.
And that would give them the 32.
Right.
And then Seattle is all but, wow, what a save.
A shoe-in.
At this point, especially since they got the go-ahead from the executive board of the NHL or whatever.
Board of Governors.
Something like that.
Yeah.
This is a real stalemate of a game.
Yeah. But I like the Swedish team's speed. Obviously, they're European squads, so they're not really about hitting. More skill. But I can't seem
I
to
do
get
think
past, Sean Burke.
But anyway, I do think I do agree with your assessment on that. I do think that some team will get liquidated and join another team.
Honestly, I think it makes sense if, personally, I think if the Coyotes were to get any worse, then that idea of merging them with the Florida Panthers and basically what happened to the Minnesota North Stars and the Cleveland Barons, who used to be the Oakland Seals, and it kept the Minnesota North Stars franchise alive. It killed off one franchise, yes, but the North Stars greatly improved after that. They made a couple of Stanley Cup Finals. Yeah, in the end, they actually moved to Dallas, but I think that's more ownership and, failed marketing and not getting a modernized arena type of stuff. I bet you if they had gotten a new arena or something like that, they would have stayed in Minnesota. And Dallas would have had like a expansion franchise, and which benefited Dallas because they got a team that was basically ready to compete once they got there. Florida, with the young players on the Coyotes, having Oliver Ekman-Larsson, that would be, they'd be stacked.
Oh, absolutely, no question.
Which would take care of their issues in South Florida because they'd have a stacked team that people would want to see. Arizona, unfortunately, would be the odd city out from this equation, but it opens up another expansion spot for another team.
And we've said maybe Houston or...
I think Houston is...
Net off moorings.
Really? Okay. I think Houston it's the fourth largest market. Trading Houston in for Arizona, I think makes sense. And then...
Texas is such a large state. I think it's the population. I'm almost sure it's the second largest in terms of population.
Yeah.
If New York and California, which are the other top two, or the other top three, if they have multiple teams, then Texas certainly should get one.
I mean, it makes sense. You'd have the natural Dallas-Houston rivalry, and Seattle would have their. You could.
Hey!
How did that get in? Okay, that's fine.
I'll take it.
That's fine.
I'll take it.
Don't worry.
Brad May.
That's fine. I'll.
Here we go. Replay.
Oh, don't tell me I pushed my goalie. Okay. All right, that's fine. You got the Coyote on Acid logo right there. Nicholas Lidstrom. You'd open up the
Delayed penalty.
hooking Sweden.
But yeah, I do think that Houston will end up getting a team. They pretty much already have the infrastructure in
Everything's
place.
there. The ownership, because their owner bought the Houston Rockets recently, and thus he has control of the Toyota Center out there. And he said he's willing to write the check to the NHL for an expansion fee or maybe a relocation fee and get it going. I think it would probably be easier to get off the ground than Vegas did.
Mm-hmm. As such a large city.
Yeah. I feel like the Flames won't move. I think eventually Whoa.
I thought that was going in.
Yeah, I thought too. It kind of just
he defied gravity.
Or maybe just the physics of this game of 2003 era NHL hockey physics. Nope. I think the Flames will unfortunately kind of.
You think they'll cave?
They'll cave. I think Calgary will cave into the Flames ownership and give them their new arena and replace the Saddle Dome.
Although it was interesting, I thought the Saddle Dome was a perfectly good arena, but apparently it has a lot of.
I mean, it's most of it. It has some issues that are basically inherent of buildings made in the 80s.
Right.
Of arenas, like most of their seating is actually in their upper deck.
Well, that's one thing, but
which is
ideal. That's a big reason why the Orlando Magic built a new arena, because all of their luxury seating was in the upper deck.
Yeah. The Flames. The Saddle Dome is one of the older buildings in the NHL right now. I mean, you could do. I think the best compromise would probably be like what Seattle's doing with their arena, which is it's an older building, but they're just
renovating.
It's just renovated to make it modern, which probably was what should have been done to save the Supersonics, but that's a whole other story. Yes! Yes! It was just a backhanded flip that the goalie kind of did not expect whatsoever, and it goes right over his arm. All right, 1-1. And I guess the other city is Quebec. I don't even know where to put them, because I still don't think the NHL even wants to go back there.
Which is unfortunate, because
they had
I love their uniforms and their logos. And also, they had a great rivalry with the Canadiens.
Did you see the Hurricanes with their Whalers uniforms coming back?
I'm pleasantly surprised. I think they could have botched it a lot more, but they kept it relatively.
Yeah, some hockey fans are a bit upset because it's like, oh, rubbing in the face of Hartford, but the NHL's never going back to Hartford. I don't care what anyone says, that they're just not going to go back. It's too small of a market. it's sandwiched between New York and Boston, so it kind of
that market is
already saturated enough as it is, with the New York Islanders, the Devils, the Rangers, and then you have Boston on the other side. Ooh. So
Yankees bringing in a new pitcher. They're done with whoever their starter was.
Yeah, it's only the 5th inning. Dear Lord, that game could not have gone any better for the Red Sox, because there were questions as to whether they were going to be cold for this game.
Or as Urinating Tree called it, pedestrian.
Yeah, because the Red Sox haven't been playing for anything in a while. They wrapped up the best record in the league pretty early and never really looked back. While the Yankees have been
sort of fighting. I mean,
they had to fight for that first wild card spot. Then they had to actually play for the wild card itself. And now they're facing their biggest rival, and they're getting their butts handed to them.
Oh, and by the way, shout out to the Rays. Awesome season.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, we were talking about that, and then we kind of got interrupted by, I think, like a very awesome run by one of the UCF running backs, who just kind of destroyed everybody along his path. Yeah, the Rays
90 wins,
finding a way to.
It just goes to show you, the AL East is a really tough division.
Other than the Orioles, other than the Baltimore Orioles.
I mean, it was because of that division that the play-in, the wild card play-in was implemented.
I mean, game 162. That was when the Rays won over the Red Sox. That final game of the season. I mean, it wasn't facing the Red Sox; it was against the Yankees. But the Red Sox kind of choked away their spot. Ooh.
I remember that was like it was yesterday as well.
Ooh, nice save.
A lot of great moments sports moments I've experienced in my relatively short life.
In person? What's your best sports moment that you actually saw?
Oh, that is tough.
Like in person, you were there. You could be like, you could tell a kid 40 years from now,
I was there.
There was these things called iPhones. There was a war between Androids and iPhones before the actual war between Androids and iPhones.
I know for a fact it was last year.
Okay, what was it? Was it a football game, UCF?
Of course.
Okay, there you go. That was a nice.
Well, I can tell you it's either the UCF USF war on I-4.
Okay.
Which was Black Friday last year, or it was the UCF Memphis Conference Championship game.
All right.
One of those two.
And I don't know why. Oh no, you're on a power play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's why I dumped the puck back.
Those were both really close games where it felt like my heart was couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
Which sucked at the time, but in hindsight makes for a truly memorable moment. But
that was it.
It's tough because those were both so close. The USF game.
Yes. Oh, who was that? I don't even know.
The USF game. I mean, that's our biggest rival. It was at night.
Oh. Get it out of there. The biggest rival at night.
our chance of going to the conference championship game was on the line.
And mind you, this was like just one of those seasons where like all these Florida schools were like really good. They all had pretty good programs. FAU's with Lane Kiffin, USF, UCF, FIU with Butch Davis.
Went to their first bowl game in quite a while.
Yeah, so just all these other schools outside of, and of course the Hurricanes
choked it away at the last minute.
Yeah, which was great, but they actually the program finally made strides, and then Jimbo abandoned us, and it was wonderful for me because UF was terrible, but just one of those seasons where it's like, man, all these teams are good. Man, Florida could have its own conference if it wanted to.
Oh, absolutely. No question.
It's like the Florida conference. But, yeah, I mean... And for UCF, it's the fact that their program, which still doesn't get the respect that it should, especially when it comes to the power conferences and all that stuff. But...
I mean,
all it takes is one game. Remember, like Boise State, that it happened to them, and then they win.
Well, the problem is
you guys go to the Peach Bowl.
The problem is back when Boise did its thing, it was much easier for a team like us to make the what would be the playoff.
Yeah.
Because there were computers involved then.
Yeah, the BCS. That's true. It wasn't a panel of human beings and Condoleezza Rice.
Right.
Deciding who. I mean, basically, like any of the college football polls is just a group of people just sitting down and be like, yeah, I think these guys could win, maybe. It could be a competitive game.
People are great and all, but there is inherent bias.
Yeah, no, it is.
And there's going to be bias in computers as well, but not as much.
Yeah.
When I say there's bias in computers, I mean whoever programs it, they can stick their own bias in if they want to.
I mean, it's probably why... I mean, people wanted the playoff, I know that. But maybe what should be next is a kind of a mix of the BCS and the playoff where, okay, we'll leave the human beings out of it. We'll let the algorithm take care of it. And see if
that's what a lot of people want.
But obviously, TV dollars, we need a major market from... but that didn't stop them from actually having Georgia and Alabama in the playoffs instead of like Ohio State or something,
See, the thing is, when the playoff was sold, when the idea was coming out, the way they marketed it was just going to be a 4-team playoff that was bolted onto the BCS system.
Right.
It's absolutely not the case. Because by that logic, you'd think, okay, well, it's going to be the same half humans, half computer polling,
right?
And then it's just the top 4 teams, and it absolutely was not like that.
No, it wasn't. It was. There's no perfect system without actually having everybody play each other, but that's not going to happen either. I mean, unless we have. Magic like Harry Potter or something.
Right.
But it's unfortunate. I think college football is one of the more wonderful sports to watch just because of the passion. But at the same time, there's that kind of hope that it could be like the March Madness tournament, where anybody, it doesn't matter how big or how small your school is, how many boosters you have, how old your program is, how much prestige is in your program. Anybody could take on anybody, and basically let's see who can actually win this thing. Okay, who's to say that UCF couldn't have gone up against Alabama and given them a ride, you know?
I mean, that's all we wanted. We were, except the crazy people. We're not necessarily saying we were better than Alabama. We just wanted a shot at them.
Yeah.
And if we lost, we lost. Fair enough. But we never even had that opportunity.
Wasn't that the way college football used to be, where you would just go out and challenge the school and see if you could... Or am I thinking of the Stanley Cup? Before the Stanley Cup was actually property of the... Well, it's really the property of the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto, but... where it was awarded to the NHL champion... there was a time period where the cup was part of a challenge series, where basically you would challenge the holder of the cup. Like, okay, this team beat that team. They say they're the best team now because they have the cup. Okay, and then some team from, I don't know, the middle of nowhere in Montreal is like, we could beat those guys. We'll challenge you for the Stanley Cup and see. Basically like boxing in a sense, where you just challenge the champion and see if you can beat them. If you can beat that champion, then okay, you know what? You are the best in the world now. Okay, here's your cup. Here's your banner. Have some fun, you know. And then you just wait till somebody else challenges you again. I mean, that'd be insane if that happened now in college football. Basically, like UCF just like Alabama, just like for like maybe a month, like 4 weeks. Okay, 4 challengers come up against us. We'll play 4 games for the national championship. If you guys can take it from us, you know, or something like that. That'd be an interesting way of going about it, but that's La La Land, and no way that's ever going to happen. But it'd be an interesting idea. I'd like to see it implemented. Maybe in fantasy, maybe in NCAA 2K3 we could do that. Which is what we could probably play right now. We got NBA Street V3. We have NBA 2K2. We have NFL Street. I don't know if you ever played that. But we will play NCAA college football again. Okay. We'll just have some fun with that. So, and as you know, we were talking about like greatest moments we've ever seen, whatever.
Yeah, I forgot to ask you.
I don't even know, because I've been, especially down here, a lot of the more iconic moments. I was at Game 4 of the 2003 National League Division Series when Pudge made the block at home plate. I was at Game 6 of the NBA Finals in 2013 when Ray Allen hit the shot. And then I was at Game 7 the next night. I was at the game after the Marlins, after Jose Fernandez died, that first home game. I was at that game. So there's a lot of moments I've been privileged to see in South Florida so far. So I'm pretty glad. So I don't know which. I probably 2003. because that was my favorite team of all time. That Marlins team. I don't know who could surpass them by. Maybe because of where I was in life. I was a kid. I was 16. And it was just like those were my heroes. Those were my idols.
Right.
Know? Those were the guys that I wish I could be. Still am. I still wish I was Luis Castillo. Like if I one day like someone's like, you could be Luis Castillo for a day. I'm like, yeah, okay. And hopefully he's not under a crippling gambling debt, but you know.
Again with the gambling debt thing.
Well, I think most athletes are in crippling gambling debt. Because you always hear about it. Like they're always. I mean, Warren Sapp had to sell all his shoes at one point just to make ends meet and pay off his creditors. All right, so let's see. Quick start. We'll get a random game.
Nah.
Okay, you want to choose your teams? Okay, game mode. What's Legacy? Starting Legacy, yes.
I think it's a season mode would be my guess.
I thought, like, I remember in NFL Quarterback Club 98 for the Nintendo 64, there's a mode where you get to play out actual scenarios from past NFL games, like great comebacks, great Super Bowls. Great comebacks, great Super Bowls. Great Super Bowls, like that sort of stuff. So,
oops.
Triggers to switch to clubs. Okay, so I'm just gonna close my eyes, let the thing randomly go around. And whichever team I let go of the trigger as, I will be, okay?
Alright.
San Jose State.
They had a long game this past week. Hellishly long.
So we're playing as two WAC conference schools in this one. Interesting. What happened in their game?
I think they went to 5 overtime or something. Yeah. Chris Sale was just pulled from the game as the Red Sox starter.
Yeah, I mean, there's no need to keep throwing him out there if they're winning by that much. But of course, they're at Fenway, and it's a game between the Red Sox and the Yankees, so it could always be.
Why were we in practice?
Oh, I didn't know why we were in practice. Okay, I accidentally put practice. Maybe. Oh, speaking of, I gotta switch the game on the Twitch stream now that we've switched games. I like this thing. Yo, what's up, Mikey071 on Twitch?
Oh, hey, Mikey.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
I'd watch it on TV. Well, Francisco picked SJSU just out of random. I picked Tulsa because that's my birthplace.
Yeah.
So I grew up...
That's right, you are from there. That's right.
I grew up kind of, sort of, as a Tulsa fan, although my sister never really followed college sports.
What was that hockey team that you followed back there?
Oilers.
The Oilers, yeah.
And the baseball team was the Drillers.
What league was that? The IHL? That's a long time ago if it's the IHL.
No. That was the Solar Bears. The CHL.
Well, the CHL. Yeah, the CHL folded a few years ago, actually. I think the Panthers had a CHL affiliate.
Oh, right, Mikey. I forgot that you're from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
He's the resident OU fan.
Oh, sorry. Let's play that. Okay, so I just switched the game to NCAA College Football 2K3. And we're at Skelly Stadium. The 1-10 and the 3-9 sport. Wow, okay. These are definitely powerhouses back then in 2002.
Boomer Sooner Texas sucks. I wholeheartedly agree with you on that one. I was never an OU fan growing up, but having well, I just root for all Oklahoma teams at this point.
I remember that episode of King of the Hill where they went to Wichita Falls And Hank Hill was so offended by all the Oklahoma fans. And Bobby Hill.
Skelly Stadium, how appropriate for Spooktober. Good point on that one.
Alright, so you're going to kick. As always, you always defer. I'll defend whichever side is on that side. Alrighty, so let's play some football. Okay. We shall do a kick return.
I think it's now...
You want some water? I can get some water.
I have a water bottle, thank you, though.
Actually, let me get some water for myself.
Oh, BYU's now playing. Wow. Utah State with a huge run back. Meanwhile, Georgia Tech is pounding Louisville into the dirt. 52-17. That's a UCF score right there.
Louisville must still be devastated by losing to Florida State. Which completely took me by surprise. I had all of us Hank Hill interacting with OU fans is the funniest shit. Oh yeah, ready?
Yep.
I remember that other episode of King of the Hill where Hank took Bobby to his first Texas Longhorns game, and he caused the it was against Nebraska, and Hank Hill actually caused the Longhorns to lose the game.
Oh really?
Yeah. You never seen that? Mm-hmm. You got to see it. You got to see it. I won't spoil it for you. Well, it kind of sort of did, but you gotta see the events that lead to it, and then there's a whole aftermath. So I didn't ruin the whole thing.
Well, Mikey, it's only in the first quarter, so. Oh.
Already.
Let's see what else is going on.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Let me look at the NHL game that's going on. There's only 2 games so far today. 3-1 Hurricanes. Looks like 6:07. It looks like they will.
You might actually be more interested, Mikey, in watching the Marshall game.
All right, 14 seconds to pick your play. So it looks like the Canes will most likely wrap that game up.
That one's 17-10 into the third quarter, I think. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like their logo.
Who?
The San Jose State. Are they the Warriors?
Spartans.
Spartans.
Thanks in part to the fact that I helped run our CFB's trivia, I've learned quite a bit about college football.
There we go. Nice pass.
I'll watch the Marshall one right now instead.
Yeah.
It's over here, though. Hey, if you want to spread the word, we'd appreciate it, because right now I think we only have 5 people in total between both.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll get back and see what's on the YouTube stream. On the YouTube stream, YouTube's streaming capabilities still are up to snuff too. We still got one on YouTube, but yeah, so then 5. And I have to check the Periscope one. I haven't looked at that one. Oh, fumble! I recovered.
Lucky you. Lucky.
That's a big guy. Dear Lord. That's a massive dude. Was it the YouTube's streaming capabilities aren't as flexible as Twitch's. So they're still trying to figure that out. There we go. 3rd and 12 then.
Damn, Utah 14-0.
So we actually have 6 people watching.
Woo!
Across all the platforms so far.
It'll be a happy day once we hit double digits. If we can hit double digits.
We will. So it's just a matter of people wanting to hear you, want to listen, having any interesting things to say. Oh, got the punt.
I keep trying to figure out how...
And planning out stories. Oh, what? Hold on. Time out. I'm calling the wrong set of plays for the punt. I had to use my timeout. Oh, right. First is almost ending. Okay, there we go. Okay.
Louisville just scored a touchdown. They're making it slightly less embarrassing for themselves.
Not as much power as I wanted, but oh well. Get him!
Good return?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Horrible pump.
Gonna put my laptop to work watching this stream by BYU and Marshall at the same time. Hey, I mean, my computer's doing it right now, and it's, in the grand scheme of things, ancient. Although it's...
My computer is trying to handle all this, and it can barely handle this GameCube game from 2002. Oh! Okay.
Good 4-yard run right there.
Not too bad. Handed it off just in time. My guy was coming for you. Okay.
Oops.
Oof, that was a rough looking stadium. Oh, nice. Get him.
Touchdown, Golden Hurricane.
Okay. So, we're down. Alright. So, did you hear about, oh no, you're not really NFL news, right, about Jordan Phillips for the Dolphins?
Who?
Okay. So, we won't talk about that then. Well, actually, somebody pointed out on Twitter that Dolphins are having a lot of trouble with drafting guys named with either the last name Jordan or the first name Jordan. So their key in fixing the Dolphins' draft woes is to avoid all Jordans whatsoever. Okay?
Thanks, Mikey. I appreciate it.
So no Jordan blank, no blank Jordan, no guy born in Jordan, nothing. Okay?
Now that would be interesting to have a Jordanian football player. Oh, you got to run that out now, my friend. Oh,
are you kidding? That's the second fumble on my team already, and we happen to recover. Man, these guys, the Butterfingers at San Jose State.
Mikey, if you want to, you can call a play for me. I think that might be fun.
Oh, that's
almost a safety. Almost.
I did like a fake, and then nothing happened. Okay, did you ever see Twitch plays Pokemon? Or do you even know what it is?
Nope.
Oh my goodness gracious. You have to look it up, but... Okay, so... This was years ago. I don't even know how many years ago. Maybe 4 years ago now. Yeah, 4 years ago, because I remember it was during our first year in law school. Okay? Oof. This is rough.
Spider 2 wide banana. Yes.
Yeah, it was during our first year in law school, as I remember it. So, Twitch set up through like an emulator, I'm assuming. It was like a run through of Pokemon I don't know if it's red or blue.
I remember. Yes.
Oh, damn it. I was hoping I could convert. But essentially they set it up to where all the users watching could actually command the game.
I do remember that now, yeah.
Okay, and it became utter chaos trying to get
Yes.
trying to get the Pokemon trainer to complete the game.
I actually participated a little bit in that.
But eventually they were able to get through the game. There we
Ooh,
go.
good stop.
Nice.
Imagine a million idiots crowded around a Game Boy playing Pokemon. Praise Helix Fossil.
Yes. Yeah, they created legends out of the Pokemon, out of the events that happened in the game. Like everything. They released all the Pokemon in the guy's PC box at one point. Like, it was fantastic. But eventually they were able to win the game. The Venomoth became the Dragon Slayer. The ATV Venomoth, the all-terrain Venomoth, as they called him.
The all-terrain Venomoth.
So it'd be pretty fun if they could set this up for like a college football game. Like
That would be mass mayhem.
Like people could choose one team and the other people would choose a different team. You just try and find a way to get
Jordan.
the football game to get going. Or Reddit plays.
I'll be honest, I don't.
NCAA 2K3. Oh!
Flag on the play. Yeah, the Venomoth
First
name was
interception.
something like ATV. Holding.
On?
You guys.
Come on. Fine.
Well, you're going to get the ball anyway, but the question is, do I give it to you on the 28 or the 38?
Doesn't matter. We get the ball. What was it?
Ooh, here's some questions from Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah.
Is Texas-Oklahoma a must-win for both teams? What does the Clemson QB situation look like? Is upset alert West Virginia, Kentucky, and LSU?
Kentucky's, gosh.
You want to answer some of those, Mikey? Give us your take.
Yeah. Hoping FSU doesn't upset. That's all I care about at this point, but I know it's not going to happen.
By the way, how did you intercept the ball? Did you press anything?
I didn't do anything. I guess I just had the guy in position and put his hands up.
Not a must-win in terms of getting to the natty. It is a must-win in every other facet of life.
Yeah.
Kind of how I feel about the USF game. I mean, in terms of national exposure, it's nowhere near the Red River rivalry, but
For me, any rivalry game is must-win.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. Ooh,
Although,
not enough.
I missed the other question. So did I.
Upset alert. Kentucky, LSU, some more stuff. That was
4th and 12.
yikes. Okay. This offense is horrendous. But more just me not being able to get these guys going. I'm likely going to be going to El Paso this coming week.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know if I'll catch a UTEP game. But if I could, I probably would. Because I don't know what else to do out there.
Unfortunately, the El Paso Chihuahuas season is over.
Yeah, maybe I'll buy a Chihuahua's hat.
Bring one home for me. I'll pay you. I own a Chihuahua, so...
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, right.
Are you still going to punt?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Georgia Tech almost scored another touchdown. That would put it to 59-24, 58-24. Who do you got in that one, Mikey? Do you think Louisville has a shot in getting back in this one? I'm debating going to a nearby D3 football game during OU's bye. I want to see a football game live. Which team?
Yeah.
Really?
I swear I pressed the button to pass.
Louisville's on the comeback trail. Now 58-24.
This is horror. That was just horrible football.
All right, Mikey, what do you think of that play call? Bold strategy.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works for him. Reminds me of dodgeball. BT dubs, that might be some people coming out to clean garbage. Throw away the garbage. Because we are at 9:53, wow.
Got 1 yard on that. That's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, they're coming in. That's fine. Say hi to them.
I'll let you be the translator.
No, I've been nowhere. I've been in this office working up this late at couple times already. So the fact that I'm not working is actually an improvement.
I live next to Chapman University. I have to look it up because I forgot. I'll be honest, I've never heard of Chapman University. I'm not sure if you have.
Nope. No. That's it. Chapman, like Aroldis Chapman?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, here we go. Hola. Sí, sí, pues. Como tú quieras. Okay, bueno.
Holding on you guys.
It's not like this place is overfilling with garbage. So. What was it? So the Jordan Phillips thing with the Dolphins. So, he was drafted in the second round in 2016. I don't know. Not too long ago. So he's I think he had like a tirade like on the sidelines of the Dolphins' loss to the Patriots. So he kind of rubbed a lot of people the wrong way during that, and the Dolphins finally cut him, and then that's a touchdown.
Alrighty.
Wow.
Touchdown, Tulsa, Golden Hurricane.
It's not going well for me at all. So yeah, he had like a bit of a tirade. The Dolphins cut him, and then he went on like Snapchat, one of those, kind of saying, I'm off the Dolphins, whatever. He finally, whatever. But kind of has like these, like Jarvis Landry type of deals where they're just bad mouthing the Dolphins. But I don't know. I think the players are just the biggest part of the problem with the Dolphins. So Are you getting cocky there, huh? Okay, I see how it is.
So, Mikey says that Chapman is playing Occidental College. If you inadvertently went to that game, could you say that you accidentally went to the game? Ooh, perfect kick.
Yep. That's going to be a touchback. Not even gonna try. Not even gonna try. Okay. Let's get this offense moving.
Holy shit, Utah State. I'm not following the game. What's going on?
Yeah. Hey Siri, what's the score of the Utah State game? Utah State is beating. Oh, she can tell you so.
14-0 with 13 minutes left in the second quarter.
Now it's 21-0.
Yeah, you're off, Siri. $1,000 for this thing. Come on.
Blitz, baby.
Quarterback just did not let go of the ball. The Hurricanes defeated the Blue Jackets 3-1. So at least that game didn't go into overtime, and it was out of division. So hopefully it doesn't affect the Panthers too much. My goodness,
BYU looks like trash.
just like San Jose State right now. And the baseball scores. So we got 2-5, Boston and New York. I was hoping your lineman would actually move me forward. Yeah, this is.
Come on, you should have gone for the field goal.
102-yard field goal. If I made a creative player with the strongest leg in the world, maybe. Man, these guys suck. My apologies to the good men of San Jose State in 2002, but you guys were
About a lot of them.
not an impressive team.
I don't think they'll mind. I think a lot of them are.
They say Tulsa was 1-10 that season.
Yeah.
Their one might have been against San Jose State. They might actually have their number. It is 2-0 Los Angeles now. It was 0-0 I just saw, so something happened. Someone must have hit something pretty big. Home run, Manny Machado for the Dodgers. The Braves still haven't scored a run.
Are you? Wow. Wow.
Hold on. Oh! Hey now. Nice run.
Hold on, you gotta see the whole thing though.
They'll replay it. They'll replay it. Look at this. Yeah. Why not? Look at that. Look at the moves he's doing.
What's going on in this game?
What is that?
Oh, high school.
Oh, like I haven't heard of those colleges.
Tulsa's 02-03 season, 1-11, only beating UTEP. Oh, how funny.
Oh, okay.
We were just talking about El
UTEP.
Paso.
Okay.
I think UTEP is currently on a really long losing streak. Shall we?
Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go. Their offenses.
They played SJSU and lost 38-49.
How did the Yankees get their runs? Let's see. RBI, Gregorius, and Voit. Okay. Get him. There we go.
Can't even run for a yard? Crazy.
Steel curtain. San Jose State.
Gas.
I know you're going to go for it. You have nothing to lose.
Also, at the end of the season, Tulsa's head coach resigned. Oh, wait, I suck at field goals. Calling a timeout.
You're calling it a timeout, right?
Well, it's only 2 minutes left in the half, so...
Okay, so...
Damn. The roster on Wikipedia only has 2 players listed.
5-yard penalty. Repeat, 4th down.
Well, that takes the run play out of the equation. Another one?
You see the clock in the top right corner?
I'm not paying attention. Wow, Louisville's quarterback is really good.
5-yard penalty. Repeat, 4th down.
They said they have high hopes for him. But I would think that'd be any college football program for their quarterback. Nice. Went up there and blocked that. Okay. The running game isn't that great. Oh, okay, finally. Some actual movement. Not really, only on the first down. Something.
I would suggest calling a timeout at some point if you want to actually do something.
Still got a minute 30.
Holy shit, the 02-03 Louisville team went 7-6, but managed to upset number 4 Florida State.
Yeah.
Our resident researcher here is Mikey.
Yeah.
If we actually get this thing a bit more up to speed and popular, we might just have to bring you on board.
Yeah, no, it's just something we have to work on. It's tough mixing work and whatever. But I like this. This is fun. Plus, I'm someone who needs to become more well-rounded with this.
Just barely.
Oh, no, I didn't get it.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, I must have been like an inch off or something. I was trying to avoid the tackle, so I slid, and I thought I had it.
Hell yeah, I love looking up random stats and stuff.
Yeah.
And
especially for
Georgia Tech just put the icing on the cake in this one.
What?
Pick 6.
Dear Lord. I'm sure these are the third stringers, right? They have to be.
Look at this. 28.
Okay, he passed it, and then the guy...
Oh, look at that. He was on the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and then he
That's
goes
a 95-yard return.
And Louisville kind of just... I don't know why 86 is still running, but...
That is a 95-yard return for a touchdown.
This is at Louisville?
This is at Louisville.
At formerly Papa John's Stadium?
Mm-hmm.
at unnamed pizza vendor stadium. Home.
The curse of the Papa.
The curse of the Papa. Can you imagine if that actually became a thing at Louisville?
I'm going to make that a thing.
You're going to make a meme?
Yeah, the curse of the Papa.
The curse of the Papa. Oh. What was it? What's going on in the NBA preseason? I still can't get used to LeBron being the Lakers uniform. It still looks weird to me. It still looks like it's photoshopped. Or some Hollywood magic.
I know, it looks unnatural. Kind of like Jerome McGinley
On
anything but the Flames.
Yeah.
Wow, Georgia Tech took a break in the second quarter. Only scored 10 points.
So we got some NBA preseason action. Oops, I pressed the A button.
Louisville's quarterback, Dave Ragone, was a 3-time honorable mention All-American. The NFL Europe Offensive MVP, so that's something.
Oh, okay.
5-yard penalty. Repeat.
This is the 3-time CUSA Offensive Player of the Year. This is back when they were a low-life team like everybody else, not in the Power 5 conferences, or in the big, whatever they used to call those.
The Heat lost another preseason game. They're 0-3 already.
Really?
I mean, not that it means anything, but, gotta win one.
Really? You couldn't grab that? Come on, man.
Is the NBA in Australia or something? I think they are, because they're playing all these, like, I'm looking at all these, like, teams, like Perth Wildcats. I know that's in Australia. I guess they're doing, like, a thing in Australia. Okay, 4-3.
He's got an NFL Europe Super Bowl ring as well.
Ah, well, that's NFL Europe. I remember that.
That's old school, man.
Actually, I don't think he played for NFL Europe. But
And is now the quarterback coach for the Chicago Bears.
We actually had a classmate that played football out in Europe,
Oh, yeah.
who I like to call Rye Guy.
Right guy. Kind of like Shy Guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's now the QB coach of the Chicago Bears. Okay. Yeah, that was one of the, because now people are coming down. Adam Gase, former Chicago Bear coach, on the staff there, but head coach of the Dolphins.
You gonna call a timeout here?
Yeah.
This gives me more opportunity to try and sack you in for safety.
Was it?
I love seeing Bobby Petrino like this.
I think everybody does.
What are your thoughts on Bobby Petrino, Mikey?
He's a sleazebag. That's all I know.
Don't lead the witness. Oh, no! Oh, yes!
Why did I press that? I was trying to find the turbo button, and I couldn't find it. Okay. That was Dad touchdown written all over it, and I pressed the wrong button.
Hurry up so I can sack you.
I have no time. I have no timeouts. And oh, that's so bad.
I called a timeout for you.
Because you want one more shot?
Yes. Very much so.
Can you imagine it actually happened in real life? If someone was that spiteful. Completed the pass at least.
Hey, Louisville scored.
Yeah,
Good
these guys
for
are
them.
celebrating.
Good for them.
Only 36 more points to go.
Good for them. Good for them.
Pizza
Good.
for
Good pass.
Papa
though.
John's pizza for everyone.
Good for them.
Apparently, Jerry Jones has like 40 billion Papa John's in the Dallas area.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
When the whole controversy was happening, because like, you know, of all people, Jerry Jones is like the one guy who stands up for Papa John's. Because he owns like 40 stores in like the Dallas area. Hank Mountain got out while he still could. Like he took that for a sport. That would have been really pathetic.
Hey, Georgia Tech has a shot with 28 seconds left. They could theoretically score another touchdown here.
Yeah, I mean, it would defy all laws of time and space, but sure.
Not necessarily. UCF had a 60-yard Hail Mary touchdown to end the game.
Oh, I thought like a complete comeback, like
No,
straight
I mean
up 35 points to tie the game.
No. I want.
This isn't Harry Potter. Oh, the quarterback with the moves.
Tutu Atwell.
Unit lost.
Unit lost. Clipping, I think, is the call here. On you guys,
Yeah,
I think.
most likely.
So it's a difference of 1 yard. Hold on.
You're really weighing your cards in that.
Yeah. All right, Georgia Tech, 28 seconds. They could theoretically just destroy the city of Louisville. I want them to go for it. No mercy.
Did you ever hear about that?
Longest Hail Mary in college is unofficially 79 yards. God damn. Unofficially?
Like, did they actually complete the pass and it was
Aw,
overturned?
come on, Georgia Tech.
Like it was actually they actually completed the pass, but it was overturned due to a penalty.
I'm disappointed, Georgia Tech. You want to clarify that for us, Mikey?
Ooh, there we go.
There's no official longest Hail Mary that I can find.
I'm sure. Was it? John Boyd on SB Nation. I'm sure you can find it.
I'm sure.
There we go.
There's something up with this because the icons are not over the head of the receivers. Do you notice that?
It might be because this game wasn't made to be widescreen. I have a hack that makes it widescreen, so you get more of the area. Because this was originally 4x3, so it might be something with the 2D shapes that are kind of.
Well, that didn't go as planned.
Yeah, it did not.
I was trying to get it into the corner. Can you put it back the other way?
Which one?
The 4-3 or whatever. It's messing me up terribly.
I think there's a. And
But Southern Miss quarterback Brett Favre filed a pass that bounced off
Where's Brett Favre?
Michael Jackson's helmet and into the arms of Daryl Tillman for the game-tying score. Crazy play.
That already sounds like something like out of context. Brett Favre threw a pass in college to Michael Jackson. That was
Someone needs to make a GIF of that or something.
You say GIF or GIF?
I don't know.
I think it just doesn't matter at this point.
I swear I'm not making it up. I don't believe you. I think you're just lying. Whee!
Did I even get any arguments?
Game winning, not game tying. My bad. See, I knew you were lying to us.
Did I make even a single
Nope.
yard? Did I just get back to scrimmage? My goodness. This is bad. San Jose State.
You should be ashamed.
You should be ashamed.
You can never.
You're probably out there in Silicon Valley just raking up the cash, but still.
You can never set foot in. You can never set foot in San Jose. Hey, at least when it went from 4th and 25 to 1st and 10.
No, it is. No. Oh, I guess the football games are always doing NBA stuff. I haven't been to a Miami Heat game forever. It's something I gotta do. Anyway,
Thank you.
I pressed the A button.
5-2 in the top of the 7th,
There's a guy in 2nd and 3rd with no outs.
and the ball stuck on the netting.
So the Yankees.
Found a admittedly potato quality clip of the play. We'll have to take a look at that in a sec.
Was it
I guess it's the Michael Jackson play.
the Yankees? I mean, it's a game against it's Red Sox Yankees game at Fenway. It's gonna be five runs is nothing over there. There we go. Finally, is that a sack? It's like a first sack of the game.
Benintendi, 12 outfield assists. That's nuts.
And he's out next to the monster. Must play it really well.
Well, the advantage with the monster is even though it's insanely tall, it's really short distance.
Yeah. I'm sure he plays it better than Manny Ramirez. Ooh, nice catch.
The game which will live in infamy is the one where he cut off the throw from Johnny Damon.
That was great. There we go.
Pass
Flag.
interference.
Oh, come on.
Pass interference.
Yep.
Defense.
Yep.
First down at the spot of the foul.
Cavaliers guard J.R. Smith, who will be startled sometime in late November when he realizes he has inbounded the ball to Colin Sexton and not LeBron James. Will pay a fan $600 after hurling the man's phone into a Manhattan construction zone in late July. J.R. Smith is one of the funniest players to ever grace sports.
All right, let's play
And
this.
of course, one of the most horrendous judgment calls in sports history. Even though I do not believe the Cavs would have won that series, they could have at least won Game 1.
What the heck?
Really? Did I shovel past that?
I guess.
Oh, not yet.
Man, that finals blunder was hilarious. Yes, it was.
The memes. Just the memes.
The memes will live forever.
The memes alone.
Doomed the
are
Cavs.
just-
They would have had a shot to win the series if not for that.
I don't think they would have, but even then, they
They would have at least made something of it.
Well, Game 1 would have. They probably could have won Game 1, and maybe that gets in the heads of the Warriors. So maybe that could have, given the Cavs some confidence, at least, even if they went tied going into Cleveland, to maybe take another game in Cleveland. But who knows now? We'll never know. What was it? Have you ever heard Patrick Mahomes talk?
Yeah. LeBron James wouldn't have broken his hand.
But yeah, that's true.
Wow, they're not. Wow, bases loaded with John. Okay, we gotta
Oh
stop.
yeah, we gotta pause this.
We gotta pause this.
Giancarlo Stanton, former Marlins. Oh, strike one, 97 miles per hour, up in the zone.
That probably looked appetizing.
Giancarlo Stanton, former Miami Marlins, 2017 National League MVP. Christian Yelich, probably current 2018 National League MVP when it's all said and done.
That's a fair assessment.
Fantastic trades by the Marlins. We got awesome return for that. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if we Miguel Cabrera that one up. Come on. It's frozen in time. And get on the MLB. Let's see. Beautiful series. Can I just watch the... there it is.
There it goes. Oh, he's out.
80. Wow, that was fast. Did he pop up?
I guess.
No, he struck out.
Wow.
He struck out.
What was it, on 3 straight pitches?
Probably. Actually, no. Yeah, let's see. Curveball for strike one. No. Fastball, strike one. Strike two, another fastball. Curveball, ball. And the foul ball, and then he struck out. And now it's Voit. 1-1. And there's the one. Oh, I can actually hear myself.
I had the streams going.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm not sure if you're watching the Red Sox game, Mikey, but it's bases loaded with 1 out, top of the 7th. Red Sox are only up 5-2. 1-1 count.
Yeah.
Ooh, just a bit inside.
Just a bit outside. Sound like Major League.
Bob Uecker.
Yeah.
I think I have seen that site, Mikey.
Not a big baseball fan, but trying to find a stream. Ah. My team is better than your team.com.
Yes, I have seen this. I have seen this site.
My brother-in-law. So, ground ball. That's a double play. Nope. They scored a run. So, okay.
5-3, but that's a big out.
My brother-in-law. I think me and him were probably one of the only 10 people that bought a Wii U. So I think he made his online account or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I named mine what I always name mine, whatever. I carried it over from the Wii. But he didn't carry anything over, but I don't think he had anything on his Wii either. But on his Wii U, just my team is better than your team reminds me of his username because it was called, his username was called Better Than Marina, which is my sister's name.
But this site, my team is better than your team. It's what's the word I'm looking for?
A wrestling site?
No, it's
I'll just look at it. I'll just click on his link. On Mikey's link.
it's going to kill me unless I can figure out.
Home of the Transitive Property National Championship poll?
Yep.
Oh.
Transitive property generator. Thank you.
Okay, so right, so we can just choose any team here and see if they're actually better than the other team. Alright, so I'll just choose Florida State and Florida State and let's go back down. You know what, we'll just pick FIU. Florida International.
Let's see, FIU over Alabama.
So Florida State beat Northern Illinois.
Gonzo
Illinois beat Central Michigan. Central Michigan beat Indiana. Central Michigan is better than Indiana because Central Michigan only lost to Michigan State 20-31, while Indiana lost to Michigan State 21-35, and Indiana beat Florida International. Therefore, Florida State is better than Florida International in 4 rounds by a combined score of 119-84. This is cool. I like this.
Let's see. Florida International. Florida International beat Marshall, who beat Middle Tennessee, who beat Syracuse, who beat Clemson, who beat Auburn, who beat Alabama. Therefore, FIU is better than Alabama in 6 rounds by a combined score of 176 to 107.
Have you tried UCF over Alabama?
That was easy. I could have told you that. UCF beat Auburn, who beat Alabama.
Put Florida Atlantic.
All right, just shut off the Red Sox game. They got out of the inning, but was big though. By the way, welcome to the stream, Gonzo.
Yay! Hi. What's this game? Oh, this game is NCAA football 2K3 on.
If you have any questions for us, guys, let us know.
On the Nintendo GameCube and PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox. Did you ever play the original Xbox?
Oh yeah, I have one.
Oh, the big giant one, black one. Did you get the one that had the giant original controllers, the Dukes, as they call them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember my cousins got.
Oh, here's an interesting one.
Xbox.
FIU beat Tulane, who beat Houston, and Houston is better than UCF because Houston beat SMU 35-22, and UCF only beat SMU 31-24.
This is fun. This is actually really fun to go through. I'm sure people could spend all day doing this. I think you're up. Press the middle button. Turn on the controller.
All right, we're getting back to the.
Yeah, we just kind of took an aside to the baseball game because it looked like it was getting, and I'm losing by even more now. Just looked like the Yankees were going to get something going, but the Red Sox got out of it. But they chipped away, got another run.
Another perfect kick. I'm good at this.
Yeah, You got the timing down now.
Mm-hmm. Take it out. Oh, you listened to me.
Oof.
We're
I mean, at this point, I have nothing to lose.
we're trying to make this podcast a bit more regular.
Yeah.
I mean, we try to do it. We're trying to do it, or at least in my opinion, we should try to do it on Saturdays. But work and other commitments kind of get in the way. This is not our full-time job by
This
any
quarterback
stretch.
cannot move his butt whatsoever, or my offensive line just cannot protect him.
Well, I'm starting to blitz you on every play.
Yeah.
So that's why you're not having as good a time. Really, you're telling us to quiet down?
Okay.
That'll do it.
Get the playoff. I'm trying to.
And I know that we're playing this game again, but Francisco has a ton of sports games.
I'm
on
actually,
Emulator.
I'm actually trying to get a collection of them going soon enough. I just need to get the other stuff up and running. We still got a bunch of Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo games that we can get.
Can you run
too.
more shotgun plays to maybe help with a slow QB and bad O-line?
Yeah.
Well, it worked that time.
Yeah.
But you still have a long way to go. The other reason why I keep blitzing is a friend of mine beats the crap out of me in NCAA football. So, as much as it annoys me whenever he beats me,
Pass interference. Way to draw. All right.
As much as it annoys me whenever he beats me, I've definitely learned. So how are you doing tonight, Gonzo? Assuming you're still here with us.
We're.
Oof.
Not even close. Did you hear about that soccer team that so you know all these, at least in the NBA I know that all these sports franchises, not all of them but some of them, are now investing into esports, like leagues and stuff like that. So there was a team out in probably England, somewhere in the UK, I guess was
BYU quarterback just caught his own deflected pass. Managed to gain a couple of yards.
It happened to Dan Marino. He took like 2 steps. And then, Dan Marino could not move whatsoever, but he didn't have to.
One of our professors, maybe I shouldn't say this on air.
Are you sure I'm pretty darn sure our professors don't peruse Twitch.
I know, but it could come back to bite him. Who cares? I'll deal with the ramifications. He's a huge New York Jets fan, and he, in some instances where he's teaching us about criminal law, he uses the hypothetical quite a bit of going up and killing Dan Marino.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the guy, though. He's a lifetime New York Jets fan who's living in Miami.
Well, I mean, it's not. It could be worse. He could be living in Boston. Wow, he just kind of stroll right in there. But yeah, so this team out in whatever, they're investing in this esports team, and so for some reason it pissed off a lot of their fans out there, and they protested. If you can call that a protest, or showed their dislike for this by throwing game controllers with really horrible things written on them onto the field.
Really?
Yeah. I don't get it, but I'm not an esports guy, so it doesn't really matter to me. But just your thoughts on, I don't know. I mean,
I'll be honest, I don't consider esports to be sports.
Yeah, no, me neither. I don't consider like any sort of racing, like motorsports, sports. It's not in the traditional sense.
I mean, I've tried to come up with a definition of what I consider to be a sport, but just like art, I can't think of a true good definition.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a team sport, because I consider like tennis and golf sports.
It kind of reminds me of an opinion that was written in the U.S. Supreme Court, where one of the justices, you'll know it when you see it.
Oh, with the...
Don't say it on live stream.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to look that up, feel free, but I don't want to say that.
So, yeah, but yeah, I don't consider esports to be sports. And honestly, I can't really get too into them, because, I don't know. I can't...
You caught that?
Yeah, I can't believe that either. Well, I can't see myself, maybe because I'm just older now, I can't see myself, like, growing up and watching a very good Super Smash Brothers player and be like, I want to be that guy when I grow up, you know?
I mean, good on them, though. I mean, it's a good way to make a living doing what you love, but... I would be so mad if you caught that.
I did kind of like a little fake out move, and but those leagues are actually trying to legitimize themselves. Like the Overwatch League, they're suspending players now for...
Really?
Yeah, because if anybody has ever spent time playing online video games with voice chats, you hear a lot of
Hey, got a yard.
You hear a lot of horrendous things thrown at you by people that are most likely 10 years old or stuff like that.
You don't say.
Yeah. It's been going on since ever. But they suspended one guy for using homophobic slurs and things like that. And I don't know if... Well, you've never heard the Completely Unnecessary podcast?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's this guy called Pat Contry, or Pat the NES Punk. Now hang on. He's actually a really cool dude. I actually like listening to him. It's him and his friend Ian, who runs a video game store. But they're like normal guys like us. Like, they like video games, but they're normal because, you know, they like sports and things like that. Like, every once in a while, you know, hear them talking about like hockey or baseball or basketball or something like that, or the NFL. But just essentially like how these guys in esports, if they're gonna try and legitimize their sports, let's say, if they want to call it that, if they want to make it on par with that, they have to find a way to legitimize it, and things like, oh come on,
BYU missed the field goal at half. Utah leads 21-7.
Things like being held accountable for doing stupid things like, you know, insulting people and being just an downright awful person that's going to come with the territory, because... Or else people are just going to see it as just a bunch of nerds playing games, and you actually converted that. just a bunch of nerds playing games, and they won't take it seriously, and they'll just think it's a waste of time. But have you heard of these people actually getting their kids Fortnite lessons now?
Really?
Like they're paying because they think that their kid is going to be some like awesome esports gamer.
That
It's
is
going to make easy money early on in their life and whatever. So they're actually paying other teenagers to teach their kids how to play Fortnite, which is dumb. It's a waste of money.
Mikey, what is that emote, by the way?
What is it? I can't see.
Certainly.
Looks like Billy Mays.
I can maybe hover it over.
It looks like Billy Mays to me.
Lol.
Oh, lol. Okay. That was Billy Mays. Rest in peace.
Have you ever seen Djibouti Dubs?
It's the only way my quarterback is going to make a first down. It's just taking it himself. But yeah, parents are actually doing that, and it's freaking awful. Yeah, I can't believe you didn't intercept that.
Djibouti. Hell yeah.
And honestly, I haven't really got. I mean, we can play Fortnite now if you wanted to.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I've never played it.
Can finally like cross-play with Nintendo Switch and Xbox people now. But not that I want to play Fortnite. I was just taking it. I played a couple games of it. I don't get it. I honestly don't. But shooters aren't really my thing either. So that's probably why.
Most of the games I play are sports, mainly because it's easier to play alone.
Oh!
Yes! All right.
I had a chance. All right, you know what?
You're going for the field goal?
I need to take out this shutout. I need to end it.
All right, does he make the field goal here? We'll see.
That's a long way.
It's about almost a 50-yarder.
Not perfect.
Oh no! Yeah!
Ah! It had the angle, just not the distance.
My 5 apartment mates have 2 PS4s, a gaming laptop, and a 360 with tons of games.
I need to get a gaming laptop. We could play.
And what is played nearly 24/7? Fortnite. Nothing but Fortnite. I hate that game.
Yeah. I mean, it came out on the Switch during the summer, like during E3 or whatever in June. I played 3 matches. I think I got to the highest, because it's like 100 people or whatever all at once.
Yeah.
I think I got to 35th place before I was killed. And then I was like, okay. That was anticlimactic, and I didn't feel any satisfaction or whatever. I don't know. I guess if you win, I'm sure that's, the high you get from that, but I still don't see the complete appeal.
Shaquem Griffin.
He got some. He's actually not doing so bad, right?
Yeah, but he's won Fortnite a couple of times. He's won his matches a couple of times.
On one hand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Microsoft has a. Did you see that controller that they made? It's actually really cool.
He's done it without that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. At this point, he's probably used to playing games without that, because that was just invented by Microsoft. Nice. Way to get up there.
I want to play my NCAA 14, damn it. I want to play NCAA 19, damn it.
Yeah.
I want my MTV.
Just have to pay the players and we'll get them back. Just pay the players, we'll get back all those games. Because you notice, the cover athletes are always the guys who were just drafted, so they can pay. Oh no! So they can pay those guys to actually show their faces on the cover. Yeah, I don't know when that Fortnite craze is going to go down. It should soon. I mean, come on. I can't see it going past next year, where people are still playing that thing like.
I mean, the craze for a while was PUBG.
Yeah, because that was the first one that went like that, but you had to pay for it, and it was on all consoles and. Then Fortnite came out. It was free for everyone. That's why a bunch of 10-year-olds are on it.
Woohoo!
I'm sure there's someone at San Jose State who's like, this guy's just ruining our school. This dumb idiot from South Florida at Florida State.
This FJOJR fellow
Was calling all these dumb football plays that no coach would ever call. Okay, San Jose State's proud history of football.
I think I tripped over somebody.
I'm all set for that onside kick.
So what you thinking about there, Mikey? How's it going? And Gonzalo, Gonzo, if you're still there.
And I kind of wish that like Madden or whatever was free to play at some point.
Are you kidding? It's EA Sports. If anything, they're going to make it more expensive.
I got 2 yards. I got 2 yards. I don't even know what was going on there. My quarterback couldn't move out. Hi.
Who's that?
They're cleaning.
Oh.
Oh boy. Batted it down.
Could be better. We say have football to watch. Looks like MTSU sealed the deal against Marshall. What's the score?
Yeah. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. What's the score of the Marshall football game?
Middle 10. On top of Marshall, 34-23, with 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Oh,
Okay.
that's...
Alright. So, that's happening.
a resident British computer. What was that?
Oh, I had a delay of game. But
Oh, that's pretty
but
34, 23 years.
let's see. $18, 17, 16. Let's go, guys. 13. I can convert this.
Oh,
Yes!
no!
Pass interference.
Marshall just scored on my stream.
Nice. Okay. I just want 3 points, that's all. Before we end this game and end this stream.
Never.
Okay. Alrighty. We're finally putting it together.
About time.
Okay, now the fumble. That would have
Although
sucked.
one of my guys could have Could have picked that out of the air, but alas, they didn't. All right, 2nd and 10 from the 21-yard line, it looks like. Here we go.
Oh, come on.
SJSU has a chance to make a comeback here.
just like Louisville. Papa John's pizza if I get this. Honestly, I haven't had Papa John's forever.
4th and 10.
All right.
Might go for the field goal here. Who knows?
Just break up that shutout. Missed first kick today at 53 yards. Oh man, that angle.
This is slightly more manageable. Looks like a 48-yarder.
Okay, a little.
Wide
No!
right!
That's the Darth Vader no to that one. Oh. The distance, just not the angle this time.
Just like Florida State. Wide right.
Well, this wasn't wide right, it was slightly off right. Just need a fumble. Just need a fumble recovery. There we go, knock that down.
Lol. Lol emoji.
Linebacker number 20. There we go. Alright, we might have one. If we can stop you guys, we might have one last shot. One last drive. Just gotta stop you real quick. Okay. Last time out.
I think I have one more.
Yes! Yes! Okay. Alrighty.
Should have punted.
Here we go, guys. Just get a little close. Oh! 2nd and 3. Okay. Alrighty. Oh no, I was such an idiot! I forgot! Alright.
That is
41
it.
to nothing.
41-0 in favor of the Golden Hurricane.
San Jose State, I've ruined your university's reputation. Their down percentage. Minus 77 rushing yards. I had more possessions and more time of possessions. I just couldn't do as much with it.
I had 9 first downs to your 8. I had a 20. Coach O School of Clock Management. I had a 150.58 QB rating.
Look at that.
14 of 30 for 46.6%.
14 yards.
Average of 15 yards a pass, sacked twice, but 4 touchdowns.
The rushing attempts, you were more pass happy. That's for sure.
Well, I realized early on.
My quarterback, my punter at least, has a sack there. Okay. And we got some more stats down here. All right. So that's NCAA college football.
Oh, wow. Listen to this. Kevin Durant said NBA is back in Seattle for tonight, but hopefully it's back forever soon.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think we're here. It's 11 o'clock at night.
So I think with that, we're probably going to call it a night.
It's 3-5 for the Boston Yankees game at the end of this. So we'll see what happens next time we do this with the series, maybe, probably. NHL action to finish off. The Sharks and Kings game just kind of got underway. The Kings have a power play right now. NBA is in preseason. And some college football games happened. Louisville showed up in some capacity today. If you can call it that, but yeah.
Let me see what's going on over in college
Their defense
football.
didn't show up, I'll say that. The offense showed up.
In college football, just to wrap things up, minute 29 left in the fourth quarter. Marshall has possession, but it's 34-24.
Yeah.
That's about it, really. Utah State is at half, 21-7 over BYU. Georgia Tech just massacred Louisville.
Put them in that pizza.
Mm-hmm.
More pizza puns and sayings.
So,
Cool.
ladies and gentlemen, whoever is still watching the
Oh, the
stream,
Hurricanes were number 1 back then. Sheesh. Gotta get rid of that. I did not want to see that.
Wait, did you say it was in Coral Gables?
Yeah.
The Orange Bowl is not in Coral Gables.
Yeah, I think they did not. Yeah, that's definitely not in Coral Gables, that's for sure. That's Marlins Park, actually, now.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so yeah, you guys can see our stuff there.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Mikey, Gonzo, if you're still with us, anyone else watching?
Yeah, people, we got a few people to stick around and watch us goof off here. We talked about Fortnite, so I'm sure that caught a lot of people's attention.
So, with that, we'll say goodnight, and we'll give you a bit more heads up next time when we decide to do a stream.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Good night.